Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm Brendan Lee. In this video, I want to talk to you about rapid learning and some considerations that you can take on regarding learning and how to learn quickly. This question comes from somebody who bought my paid course. I have a paid course, link in the description, shameless plug. Principles for Life Mastery course. You're invited to sign up. And then in that course, I talk about learning. And then this is a follow-up question from somebody who actually took the course. They're like, hey, can you talk about rapid learning? And they are starting to prove for themselves that it's actually possible to learn quickly than where they were at. So I want to say a few things that I think will be useful in terms of learning and learning quickly. So let's see, rapid learning. So basically, let's consider what learning is, and then some of the things that could get in the way from doing it fast. Learning, excuse me, if you take a look at your experience of learning, what is that? Let's start there. It's like, what is learning itself? Learning appears to be that if you have one experience of submatter, you have some experience, and then when you learn something, say it's like you know about pairs. I don't know why pairs, but pairs it is. You know about pairs, but then you learn something new about pairs. Now, pairs is not just pairs anymore. It's like pairs plus this new knowledge. And what is that knowledge, or what is that? It's basically a new distinction. You create a distinction about. And what I mean by create a distinction is like a new reality shows up that wasn't there before. That's learning. You have pairs. Now it's pairs plus you understand what the skin does. Oh, that's new. Boom, something new shows up. So when I say make a distinction, I don't mean divide up reality by what is there already. I mean you create new reality. Just like when you were a kid, you didn't know how to read. You didn't understand language. You didn't even have language for a while. And then at some point, boom, language. Now, was language there the whole time? Who knows and who cares? For the sake of this video, I want you to hold that creating a distinction is literally creating reality. You know, maybe language was there for somebody else, and then it's like, okay, language is there, but where is there anyway? And then we get into some certain more existential questions that I'm not going to go into in this video. Where is here? You know, we don't know where that is, and that's an aside. So let's just say creating a distinction is creating reality to be like, the first person that had language, the very first one, there was no language, no teacher, no nothing else. There was no language. And then, something new shows up. That's making a distinction. Creating reality, let's just say. And so say you have pairs plus what the skin does, and then you learn more, and then you know, okay, there's molecular structures in the pairs, and then you realize that pairs have medicinal properties, and then you see how new distinctions keep getting created, and then pair isn't just like a pair anymore. It's like all this other stuff, and it's like a new reality, whereas somebody who doesn't have that cannot relate to it because their reality does not include that. They have not made those distinctions, aka they have not learned, right? Now, some learning, we're just blocking out learning here just for funsies. Some learning is intellectual. You know, it's like, I guess Mike Tyson or his trainer Gus or somebody else is like, everyone's got a plan until you get punched in the face. You can know about getting punched in the face and then, boom. You see how that's way different. One is intellectual, the other one's experiential. Or you can read a book about riding a bicycle. You can learn intellectual knowledge about riding the bike, and then there's riding the bike. And these are very different domains, you see? And very different demands on learning. And again, say you have to ride the bike. Well, where does that learning take place? First, perhaps intellectually, then you see visually, okay, other people can ride a bike, and then you have to get on the darn thing. And it's likely to be a combination of visual, but mostly kinesthetic, all feeling. You have to feel the pedals, you have to feel the balance, you have to feel the pressure on your feet, you have to coordinate your legs and your hands and arms. Where does all that exist? That's all a feeling domain. Like any physical activity, when you learn that, it's in the feelings. That's where that happens. And again, it's the same thing. You got to make distinctions, which is to say you have to create a reality that works for that. You have to understand the feeling of the leg motion and then be able to recreate it. You have to understand the feeling of balance and be able to do that. You have to understand turning and then braking, and then, and then you can get more and more advanced, and you can do like advanced mountain biking. And now you're learning there's a whole new set of skills and distinctions you have to make. You see, which is to say a reality that you have to bring into your awareness so that you can be aware of it, so that you can relate to it. Because if you're not aware of it, you won't relate to it. This is a fact. Okay? So now, that's learning is making distinctions. So we could postulate, and I want you to consider for yourself, that if you're going to learn fast, it's your ability to create reality quickly. And some of that, I'm going to go out on a limb here, is being able to think in different ways while you're trying to figure out a problem. You have to solve the problem of, say from my experience in the martial world, I'm trying to learn a technique. I do it, but it's sloppy. And I go, all right, something's missing here. What's missing? And then I do it, and I keep considering what's missing. So now, and this brings me to one point I want to share with you about learning, and say learning in the physical domain. And I bet this also applies to, say, learning in science or math or other ways of perhaps thinking or philosophy, whatever, is let's take martial arts, for example. And this, I have many thousands of hours teaching people. Yeah, a lot of teaching. And people come in, and then when they're from another, for example, they're from another martial art background, and I'll tell them to do a certain exercise, say yielding, for example, which is like yielding to pressure so that the pressure comes on the body and they get out of the way, and you get out of the way, because they have had prior training and they think they know best, which everybody does. It's okay. Like, you do know best. So do I. No problem there. Unless it's a problem, but that's not my invitation here. They will never turn their back. Why? Well, it's a martial art. It's dangerous. You're not supposed to turn your back. Yeah? Why? Who said? And because they are wrapped up in a prior way of thinking, and then what they do is conflate the teaching that I'm doing, and they've put it through their filters. And then what pops out the other side is, okay, I'm going to yield, but I'm only going to yield this much. I will never spin around. They will never spin around, and it hampers their ability to learn. See how that works? So what I want to use this is to reveal. You see, or quick aside, a good example as well, as I heard an interview with Ryan Hall, who is a famous grappler. He's really good in the grappling arts. He can fight people, and he's also been in the UFC. He understands that world very well, and I thought it was great in the interview because he was challenging the assumptions that people have about how you're supposed to grapple. He's like, okay, well, you're in somebody's guard. You're supposed to pass their guard. Why? You're in the guard. You're supposed to cross your legs. Why? Well, if you release the legs, they pass your guard. Okay, why is that a problem? Why is that a problem? Why is it? You see, and he kept breaking it down, and I'm paraphrasing, and I'm not doing a very good job. Why is that continuing to be a problem? He kept questioning and destroying the dogma, the beliefs that people have. I'm not supposed to turn my back on you. Why? Because it's dangerous. You see, but look at the consequences in the context of this video about learning. That person is stunted in their ability to learn because of the crap they come in with. So it seems to me that one thing to consider if you want to learn quickly is consider dropping all of the beliefs that you have about your subject matter. You see, or it also grinds my gears, and I wish I had a specific example. when I hear about scientists in the scientific community that fall into the trap of believing what has been like they're even though science is very rigorous, I still hear hints of, well, like my science is better and I don't like your science because it doesn't agree with me. And if you're a scientist and you have that going on, I want to deliver you a warm fuck you. You're not doing science anymore, asshole. Shape up. And I really don't want you to do that, you see? That's not science, that's believing your own hype. Science is about you destroy everything. Like nothing can get through until it's like put through the rigors of the demands of other people trying to wreck your shit. You see, so it gets rid of the belief, it gets rid of the dogma and the hearsay and all that crap until like something that's provable. Now, okay, granted, it's my little rant. If you have beliefs and dogma about your subject matter, it does seem to be useful to get over that stuff and or question it and get rid of it because they don't serve. All they serve to do is channel your thinking into very specific directions when maybe if you want to learn quickly, your thinking's got to go over here. You see? So I recommend that because destroying beliefs and getting rid of them seems to be a service to being open. You're wide open, which helps with your contemplative process and helps you open up the playing field of your mind as if to what about this possibility? What about this possibility? What about this possibility? So now your mind is more free and it's more free to go down any road, not just the roads that you think are the right ones. And I see this as a service to learning. Okay? And to parrot Peter and also bring that into the mix, one of the things that openness brings in is if you really want to be open, it's like you really don't know what's going on. And it allows you to question what's going on, which then allows you to make new distinctions because you question, you wonder, you consider, and then something new, it opens the space for something new to show up. Yeah? So now, how do we apply this to learning fast? Well, it seems like the times where I've learned the fastest. Okay, before I go there, another consideration. So getting rid of beliefs and dogma and hearsay, all that, like take out the trash, throw it all out, start from scratch and really dig in. And then I have noticed that there something that empowers learning is also like making breakthroughs and having insights about the subject matter. So, and then how do you have insights? Well, one way you can have insights is to question deeply what it is you're working on. Like, what is the essence? You know, Peter's got a great story about learning judo, and he was questioning judo and wondering about it and working on it, putting in a lot of time. And he had a breakthrough. Oh, that's what it's about. And then he said his learning took off. Why? Because he had an insight about into the nature, the relative nature of judo and like how to do it. Oh, see, and he was, you don't need a prerequisite for that. He was in the lower ranking belts. He wasn't a black belt. He didn't study for many, many years. It was like very early on. He had a big breakthrough and he got it. See, and that allowed his learning to accelerate. You see? So there does seem to be an opening power to having insights and breakthroughs. And then how do you have those insights and breakthroughs? One way we do here is like contemplate the matter, question it deeply, try to get the essence or the nature of what it is you're working on so that you can grasp it on a deep level and then your learning can take off. This is another possibility. All right? And then the third thing regarding your quick learning is go do it a lot. Whatever you're doing, you do it a lot. If you want to learn the fastest, you got to train like a crazy person. Okay? See, and be wary if you are looking for an easy way out. I know that one pretty well. You see, I'll take the easy road. It should be easy. Likely not. Okay? Now, insights and breakthroughs make it a lot easier. Being excited about what you're doing, and like one of the things that Peter says, be obsessed about what you're doing. That helps drive you. Either, one thing he says is like you either need obsession or a fuck ton of discipline so that you keep going a lot. You see, that's something I would say is like train it like crazy. And if you can apply those items, those domain, if you can apply that stuff to your learning, train a lot like crazy, make new distinctions, come from a completely open background, make breakthroughs and have insights into what you're doing, your learning will take off. If you don't, it won't. Okay? The main thing is get out there and do it, right? And do it a lot. All right. Thank you. Then the last thing is do it with intelligence. One thing about training, sometimes people fall into this trap, is they just repeat to repeat. No, your job is to master it immediately. You will likely fail, but your intent is mastery now, or like I say, mastery yesterday. Every time you do it, you want perfect. If it's not perfect, do it again and apply massive intelligence to the matter. You see, and this is where contemplation could perhaps come in. What am I trying to do? What are the dynamics involved? What is it made of? How what is the awareness that I need? What mind do I need to create? What states of mind could be useful? How do I need to function with my body? Say, for learning, or say in any domain, it's like, what am I missing? What's the missing link here? What's deeper? Or how does it work as a whole? And continue to work while you're training and with a total demand for perfection, mastery. You see, sometimes people, and they're like, I'm going to get it 100% right away. Fail. Good. What's missing? Change it. Do it again. Master it now. Fail. What's missing? Change it. Do it again. That's applying intelligence to your training, and you do that a lot and get it done. There's like do it now. Don't wait. And it's like, don't get on the 20-year plan. Some people have a 20-year plan with their training. Okay, I'm going to train for 20 years and then I'll be a master. No, you be a master now and apply all of that stuff. And I bet your learning will increase in speed. Okay? And I guess the last thing is you got to be responsible for it. You have to do that. Nobody can do it for you. That's another thing that holds people back. Oh, the teacher will do it for me. They'll tell me the right ways to go. They'll tell me da-da-da-da-da. No, it's on you. It's not to say don't find a teacher. But you are the one who's going to find that teacher, and you are the one who's going to take what that teacher says and take it past where even they go. Say. All right, so I hope that helps you with your rapid learning. Thank you for buying my course. If anybody else out there wants to buy my course, shameless plug, check the links in the description. I would be happy to have you pay me money, okay? Now, if you want to get serious, again, check the links. If you want to get serious, come to a workshop. They will kick your butt, and they are experiential, way better than watching a video, all right? Because you're in it, you're doing it, and it's a lot of work. They're awesome. If you want to get super serious, be an apprentice, but that's only for people who are extremely serious. Otherwise, I've got a free course, paid course. Hire me to be an online coach. Hey, fire me a comment in the comments section. Write me an email, with your questions. If you want to sign up for a forum, do all that stuff. That's my spiel. Much love. Go out there and do what it is that you want to do and learn quickly. All right. Thanks for watching. I'm Brendan Lee with thebrendonlee.com in support of consciousness and skill worldwide, which is founded by Peter Ralston. Till next time, much love. Catch you later.